All right, you record on there. I'll record on here. All right, we're going. We're live.
Live. Check.
Oh boy, it's
Oh,
been
yeah.
so long.
It's been a long, cold winter. Oh, yeah. The tunes are bringing me back, though.
I don't even remember what our intro was. Hi, I'm Farmer Gil.
And I'm Farmer Chris.
And welcome back to Johnson's Corner
Farmcast. Oh, yeah. It's like riding a bike.
It is. But yeah, it was a long, cold winter.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we haven't done one of these in so long.
Very frigid. Yeah, lots of snow, which was cool. The ponds froze over for the first time since I feel like I was a kid. And I went ice skating for the first time in like 20 years.
I did not go ice skating.
That's like riding a bike, though. It was like I took 2 stumbly skates, and then I was off and running.
There you go.
Although I had blisters like crazy afterward. That was the worst.
Yeah, I avoided the ice this winter just because I didn't feel like falling and hurting myself.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, long cold winter. It's been busy. Just a bunch of random stuff. But I'm glad we were able to kind of grab 20 minutes and stand here in the middle of the peach orchard.
I know. Sneak it in.
And talk. Yeah.
Speaking of cold, we had frost, not last night, but the 2 nights prior.
Mm-hmm.
And this is always one of the things, like I love learning and seeing stuff on the farm. Can you walk us through how our frost protection system works? Because it blows my mind.
So I'll do my best to explain it because
It's crazy.
honestly, I still am trying to figure out how it works or even how well it works. But yeah, so we have this frost protection system, and what it does is it sprays a mist of water through the orchard. So I'll try to explain this in the easiest way to comprehend it. So okay, so let's say a temperature. Let's say it's 32 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you look at your phone, it's 32.
Yeah.
There's other temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's technically how you say it, but I'll just say there's other temperatures that are a factor. So, okay, it's 32. Then there's like wind chill.
Yeah.
So if there's a lot of wind, they say, real feel is 23.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's also another temperature. It's called wet bulb temperature.
Yeah.
And that has to do with the temperature and like the speed that water is evaporating.
Yeah, it's like evaporation temp.
Yeah,
right?
evaporation temp.
Yeah.
So that's the temperature we really care about as far as frost. So you can actually have frost when it's 40 degrees out. It doesn't have to, the temperature doesn't actually have to be below freezing to get frost, because it can be 40 degrees, but the wet bulb temperature can be 30.
Gotcha.
Which is when you would have damage to the blossoms on the trees, and then the blossoms will die, and then you won't have any fruit.
So I didn't even know that. So 32 degrees, like standing temp.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be above 32 degrees and still develop
Correct.
frost if you're wet bulb temp.
Yeah. So what we do is when we know the temperature is getting low, we turn on this irrigation system in the peaches. And what that does is it covers the tree in ice, and actively freezing ice gives off a little bit of heat, so that even though that flower is surrounded by ice, the internal temperature, the internal wet bulb of that flower won't go below 32.
Yeah, it'll essentially stay at 32.
It'll stay at 32. So yes, you'll lose some flowers, but you'll protect a majority of them.
So this is what, much of this,
and someone watching this may be like, "Oh, Farmer Gil, that's not true." And I believe you because I may be wrong, because I'm still like I don't know if you remember me saying this the other day. I was like, the more research I do on this,
the less I know.
The
That's
less
how
I know.
feel. I know.
Like,
so I didn't even know. I'm 38. I just turned 38 the other day, and I just realized that freezing water actually radiates. I don't think that's the right term, but it gives off heat. Like that blew my mind.
Yeah,
completely blew my mind.
There's just so, and you would think in this day and age, this is 2026, like we would know there would be like a perfect system to protect your trees from frost. And the system we have, it's pretty legit. But then there's so many factors. Wind is a huge factor.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's say and we do use this. We have like an alarm that tells us the wet bulb. We all get the text on our phone when the wet bulb goes below 34. So then we have time to do it. So when the wet bulb is you're supposed to turn this system on when the wet bulb is at 34, because as soon as you add more moisture to the air around the trees, that lowers the wet bulb by 2 degrees. So you always want to start it before. But then if there's too much wind, then it will lower it even more. And that adds oxygen to the ice.
Yeah.
And then you'll have white ice, which
no good.
Apparently is below 32 and kills the blossoms. Again,
it's crazy.
My
I know
head
that's
spins.
what
so, for instance, remember the other night?
Yeah.
It was the wet bulb was below 32, but we were getting gusts of up to 8 miles per hour, and we couldn't start it. We had to wait for the wind to drop off.
Yeah.
So we started it, and it was a little cold, but we knew it was going to get colder, so we went for it. And then the second night, there was no wind. It was perfect conditions. You could start it early. You didn't have to worry about wind. So it is
crazy.
Yeah, like there's so much, and you're second guessing yourself through the entire thing.
And like agricultural science, the more I learn, the more mind blown I am. Like it really is. You do more research, and I'm like, what in the world is happening? But so those 2 mornings, we had a good thin layer of clear ice, and in general, that's kind of the marker you want to see in the morning, right?
And then also you want to make sure you can melt all that ice the following day. So you don't want ice hang, because that happened a couple of years ago. The ice was hanging for a few days, and we ended up killing everything. So if let's say it's perfect conditions, all right, no wind. You can start early, but the following day is going to be cloudy and in the 30s. You're not melting all that ice, so you don't go.
That's interesting.
Because you're going to, because we have a limited supply of water in the pond. Like eventually, if we were running water for 3 days straight, it'd be empty.
No water. Yeah.
So there's a lot of different factors, and honestly, a lot of people I talk to, they don't do anything. They just go to bed and pray.
Yep, and hope it works.
And hope it works.
And then there are other techniques. We use the overhead water system, but you can pull heat blasters through the orchards.
Yeah,
right?
my uncle does that. He pulls heat blasters through. You can also do, I think they call them like smudge pots, where you can do a bunch of little bonfires through the orchard.
Yeah.
You can just go through with a big fan just to move air.
That's interesting.
You can also do a mist lower on the tree, like right on the ground, because that helps raise the temperature in the orchard. There's a lot of different things, and a lot of the stuff you do, it doesn't necessarily move the temperature that much. It affects it, a half a degree, 1 degree. That like that little bit of difference can change everything. But
it is.
Yeah,
neat,
we're still learning. We only have this system in 2 of our 3 peach orchards. We don't have anything in apples. We don't have anything in cherries. Nothing in blueberries. So once we get this system dialed in, we may move it other places. But it's also nice to see, like, the orchard we're standing in right now, we don't have any frost protection in. So we can really see, like, okay, did the water work?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because we're in here, we did nothing. So we had frost, what was that, like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
We're starting to see a little bit of effects. But it takes, in like 5 days after the frost, that's when you're really going to know what's still alive, what's not.
And we have different varieties, too, that are going to bloom at different times, right? So
exactly.
Where we have it are where the earliest blooms are going to be.
Yeah. So, we're talking a lot about frost right now. And as a farmer, I would say this is my least favorite time of the year because of frost, and there's so much out of your control. But it's also a great time of year, too, because this is when everything's waking up. Stuff's changing colors. Stuff's coming back to life. So it's good.
Yeah. So I did a couple videos on frost protection. And then, by the way, I haven't told you this. We are at 300 YouTube followers, which is pretty cool.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I know. So I was thinking when we hit 500, I want to post our old Cooking with a Farmer videos as a reward.
Yeah, we get to 500, you guys will get a treat.
Yeah.
So
you get young Chris and young Gil.
Before kids.
Yeah. But another thing we're doing.
I know. I keep trying to show in the background here.
Yeah. We have our tulip field directly behind us. And this is only one of our 2 fields. This one is popping. And then another one just down the way is starting to pop now.
Yeah, we do about like 4 to 5 acres of tulips every year. This is our 6th or 7th year doing it. Tulips are great. They're fun. They're always tricky. They're just like growing anything else.
Yeah.
They always throw a curveball at you.
Yeah.
But we try to have, we try to stretch our season out about 4 to 6 weeks depending on the weather.
Yeah.
We grow a lot of different varieties, shapes, sizes, colors. It's a good time to come out, especially in weather like this. Even though it's a little windy today, it's beautiful. Walk through the fields. They're great.
Yeah, and this is a good crop. Like this is one of our better tulip crops.
Yeah, so as far as the quality of the tulip crop, it really depends on the quality of bulbs you get and what their growing season was like the year before.
Yeah, so can you talk about this? This is another thing that blows my mind. So the bulbs that we stick in the ground are, correct me if I'm wrong, I think 3-year bulbs, right?
Yeah, they're 3 years old. So this is another thing I'm not exactly a pro on, but the way all our bulbs come from the Netherlands, and when they grow them there, they grow them in a way so that they keep producing more bulbs.
Yeah.
So they aren't growing flowers over there; they're growing bulbs.
Yes.
I mean, they do grow sunflowers, but as far as the ones we get, they're growing bulbs. So they let them grow up a little bit, then they mow them down.
Yeah.
Then they let them grow another year. They let them get a little taller, mow them down, and by doing that, it creates the bulbs to split and it forces the bulbs to split and make more bulbs. Yeah, if that makes sense.
And then you get healthier bulbs too, right?
Yeah,
you get a lot of stored energy in those bulbs.
Yeah. So the the tulips, they would come back. Some of them would come back the next year.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be as much of a show as they are right now.
Yeah.
So we plant fresh bulbs every year.
Yeah.
So like if you drive past the field that we planted last year, you'll see some popping up.
Oh, I mean, we do battle.
Yeah.
And that was plowed in twice.
Yeah.
So and they still fight through.
Exactly. And we can't leave this field out of production for the whole year for bulbs.
Yeah.
So we'll plow this under and this will be like sweet corn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because of field rotation and everything like that, we just do one year here. So we did have tulips in this field about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So once we are done this year, we'll move the tulip probably right across the road back there.
Yeah.
And go over there. But yeah, the tulip picking's great right now. We should be picking to the end of April. I know we got a little bit of a heat wave coming at us next week. We'll see what that does. We'll throw some water at them, cool them off a little bit. But we still have some varieties that are just coming up. So.
Yeah. Tulips are cool. One of the neat things, so we do a tulip field trip too, and we actually do a tulip dissection. And one of the really cool things about tulips is not only that they're bulb plants, but that they have sepals and then petals. So, as they're blooming, you get those kind of 3 green leafy things, which actually aren't petals. Even though after they bloom, they color out and they look like petals, they're actually sepals.
Wow.
So it's cool. When we do the dissection, we pull off the sepals first, and they look like petals, but technically they're not. So
yeah,
it's fun. I like tulips. 3 years ago, I didn't care about tulips one way or another. Now I'm like, these are cool.
Yeah,
cool plants.
They're beautiful to look at, and it's cool too how they kind of fit into our farm plan.
Yes.
So, everything we grow here, and the pattern and the location of it, it's all connected. It's because we got to rotate the crops every year and stuff like that. So tulips kind of slide into that plan very nicely because we plant them in November and they're harvested, by the end of April. So even though we're using that field for tulips, technically that field really isn't pulled out of production.
Yeah.
Because we're using it.
It's almost like a winter field.
Yeah. And the tulips don't really take any nutrients out of the ground because all that energy is stored in the bulb.
Yes.
So it's
Oh, that is cool. I never thought about that.
Yeah, so they did, they really slide in nice. When we started doing them, we really didn't have to adjust our farm plan at all.
Yeah,
because we can kind of make our farm plan as far as like this is where sweet corn's gonna go, this is where pumpkin's gonna go, this is where tomatoes, potatoes, blah blah blah, and then we can get all that done, and then we can really put tulips anywhere because
so the farm planning
overlap with anything.
is always super cool. So we just planted a big field of strawberries, and I put up a couple videos of that because like planting the strawberries blows my mind too. When we plant them, they're like little nubs. They almost look like they're dead already.
Yeah, they're just these little like kind of root ball things.
Yeah,
and then you sit on this thing. It's called a water wheel.
Yeah,
you sit on it and put them in. I remember when I was younger and we would be planting them, like you always would want to be the person sitting there. You're like, this is great. You can sit down and work. And then like, honestly, after your second row, you're like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
It's
and
so
we got,
slow.
What was that? Was that last year we got a new one?
Yeah.
But the one before that, do you remember that one?
Yeah,
that
it was great.
One was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was old school farm equipment.
Yeah.
I think it was great.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool kind of planting them by hand. We do a couple other things with the water wheel. We'll do tomatoes like that. We'll do sweet potatoes with it. We'll do zinnias with it. A lot of the stuff that we plant like through plastic in the summer, we'll transplant with the water wheel.
Yeah,
it's cool because like it pokes the hole, and then it puts a little bit of water in there.
Yep,
that's why they call it a water wheel.
Yeah, and it is really cool. Yeah. We do sweet potatoes with that too. Mind blow.
Yeah.
And then
you can do a bunch of different things with
it. Farmer Tom was planting the white potatoes over there.
Okay.
So that I love that little planter too.
Yeah, that planter is the same planter we use to plant the tulips.
Yeah. That one's awesome.
But yeah, we got a bunch of different stuff going on the farm. I'm looking forward to getting back in the pattern of doing these videos.
I know.
It's nice to talk about this stuff.
It is cool. And yeah, I like to do the short videos and I push them out real quick, but these ones are awesome. And we'll get some more guests on again this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a lineup of people who will get on.
But yeah, so yeah, we'll be back. We'll be doing episodes more often now. Sorry for our long hiatus.
It was honestly, a cold, long winter.
We've been talking about doing these videos since like December, and it's just one thing after another. But
I know. We had a lot of off-season work.
This was our first winter like owning Roselli's Italian market. So that was a little bit different from years past. So a lot of different stuff with that to keep us busy. But we got a lot of exciting stuff down there.
Yeah.
Marinara sauce is back in the jar. So that's pretty cool.
And we've been stopping there, not every day, but a lot of weekends. We have been making stops right at Roselli's. Which
with the hayride. Cool. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So yeah, we're trying, just keep trying down there, trying everywhere. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. It's good to, have the sun out, be a little bit warmer.
Yeah. Done with the cold.
Get back to it.
Yeah. Big time. All right. We will talk to you guys sooner than later.
And make sure you like and subscribe. We got to get to 500.
500, you get some old Cooking with a Farmer videos.
That are not embarrassing at all.
Yeah, we got to dig them up, though. They're like deep in the digital archives.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, I'm Farmer Gil.
And I'm Farmer Chris.
And this is Johnson's Corner Farmcast. I'm glad I got a little bit of this.
Oh, yeah. You said you weren't going to do that anymore. The horn.
The horn is back.
All right, we'll see you.
Thank you.